A lot of double lives of some Iranian elites. Many send their kids to live luxurious lives here in the West, while the people of Iran suffer under the oppressive regime. Aishah Hasnie's looking at that story from Washington now. And Aishah, good morning. What you learn?
Hey, good morning to you, Bill. It really is a tale of two Irans. Yesterday, we told you about the relatives of slain General Qasem Soleimani. They were living a lavish life here in the United States. Now we're learning more about other relatives of other top Iranian leaders teaching American students here in the homeland. The New York Post is reporting that Aishah Hasnie, you see him there, the son of Iranian insider Masoumeh Ebtekar, is living in L.A., allegedly teaching there. His mom, also known as Screaming Mary, was a spokeswoman for that U.S. Embassy hostage crisis we all remember. Fox has reached out twice to him but got no response, despite Aishah's name still on the website for the Chicago school. That's where he teaches. Meanwhile, Layla Khatami, the daughter of a former Iranian president, is a professor at Union College. And another Iranian leader's daughter was an assistant professor at Emory until the school recently terminated her. Now, Secretary Rubio says he has already revoked the legal status for relatives of Qasem Soleimani, while Katie Miller says that the president and Rubio are looking now to revoke visas for 3,000 to 4,000 Iranian elites that are currently residing in the U.S.
These two nieces and grandnieces of Qasem Soleimani, they're not being punished because of Qasem Soleimani. They're being punished simply because they asked for asylum, but they went back to Iran multiple times, and they came back in America promoting IRGC, calling United States of America Great Satan.
So we've reached out to the State Department to find out the status of revoking more of those visas. We'll update you as soon as we can, Bill.
Nice, thanks. Aishah Hasnie working that story for us.
And we have Martha MacCallum here. Just want to play one other thing, because you had Maisha on last night, yesterday afternoon. We had this woman on earlier in the day. She had a similar message. Watch.
These women are posting in bikinis on yachts. They are wearing V-neck dresses down to their belly buttons. They are wannabe Instagram influencers, all on the blood money that was embezzled, stolen from the Iranian people. They are such hypocrites.
Maybe the jig is up.
Yeah, I think the jig is up. There's thousands of people on this list. I think one of the things that Ahmadinejad wants to make clear is that there are also diaspora members in this country who are for the freedom of Iran, who fled the country for good reason and are good American citizens and residents right now. But, you know, keep in mind, what looks like is happening here is that these people are propagandists. They're not refugees. They're not asylum seekers. They go back and forth to Iran whenever they want. But they're promoting propaganda, pro-IRGC propaganda, and teaching in schools in this country. They're essentially working for the IRGC in this country. So we need to be a heck of a lot better at looking at who's coming in here. And I think that the Secretary of State cracking down on these individuals is great. Ahmadinejad has been flying these names out of her mouth for a long, long time, saying these people need to go. Of course, no one in the Biden administration listened. I think that's changing now.
I had lunch here in New York several years ago with the Iranian ambassador to the UN. He had a couple children. They were all born here. They all went to school here. They never left until they became growing adults, and then they went back to Iran after that. But I mean, he was enjoying all the fruits of New York City and all the greatness of America. Meanwhile, our new mayor's got a lot to say, not about the conditions on crime, et cetera, about equity, all right? In New York City, he said this. Watch here.
The wealth of a median white household in the city is more than $200,000, while that of a black household is less than $20,000. We are reckoning with the long history of racism here and starting to act upon a framework that puts equity right at the center of it.
So then the New York Post went at it. They said jobs are fleeing New York. So why racial equity, of course? Clearly the mayor has his priorities screwed up. How do you see it?
You know, I think we watched as a lot of corporations across the country and in New York bent over backwards in an effort for DEI after George Floyd in many ways. I think we've seen that shift back towards merit, hard work, people, you know, providing people opportunities for employment in New York City. But this kind of stuff is driving companies out of New York City. We've heard it from Jamie Dimon. We've heard it from others. There's no sort of right to New York, divine right, I think he said, to New York City to be the financial hub of the world. And right now, you've got more J.P. Morgan employees in Texas than in this big, beautiful tower that they just built here. So he needs to be mindful, this mayor, of what this city runs on. I remember asking him when I interviewed him before the election, you know, this is the financial capital of the world. Is that something that makes you feel proud? Right? Does that make you feel good about being a New Yorker? And he was, oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's very much in jeopardy.
We'll see.
I thought Jamie Dimon's interview with Axios was an excellent listen, by the way. If you get a chance, check it out. It's online.
Great to see you. We'll see you at 3 o'clock.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.